Good morning. How's everybody doing? Give you guys a couple seconds to pop on here while I open up my YouTube chat. So I haven't been live for, geez, a while now. So I apologize for that. Dee. All right. All right, guys. So first of all, a couple things I want to explain. One, I haven't been live for the last little bit. I've just been kind of preoccupied with a bunch of projects, doing a little bit of bathroom renovations, getting a few outside projects done since it's like springtime, almost summer, right? So I've been spending a bit of time outside trying to get some stuff done. Trying to dick around with my banks and exchanges to try and get some money because I'm like crypto rich, but my bank accounts are in overdraft because like my money's just not going through. So I've been kind of stressing about that. So I haven't been live. So anyway, that's kind of why. But yeah, I still do intend to do live videos and you know, deliver you guys my analyses of the markets. You get some more videos done to teach you guys more about technical analysis, more about trading. It's just I've got a life too, so things take time. So the second thing I want to explain is why I'm wearing a sweater at the end of May going into June in my house. And for that, I'll just kind of tell you that I really don't like the heat, okay? So I leave my air conditioner on all night. And of course, the power during the night is cheaper than during the day. So I just leave my air conditioner on complete full blast overnight. And I get up in the morning and it's like 62 degrees in my house. And it's perfect because now I'll give it a few hours, like the power is about to go to the high rate again, so I'll shut off the air conditioner, and then at 5 o'clock in the afternoon it's still only 75 in here instead of 89, right? So it's great, but it just means in the morning I got to put on a sweater because I got no insulation here, right? And the third thing I want to explain before I even look at any of these charts, before we get into anything, so the third thing that I want to explain is my video yesterday, okay? So I did a video yesterday and I used like a royal absolute shitcoin as an example for how to set up a masternode, right? So I don't know if some of you didn't catch that or not, right? But I did say in the video that it's not an endorsement for the coin and it's probably a shitcoin and I really don't know anything about the project, right? So basically I had like, I don't know, 10 of you start inboxing me and telling me that you're setting up these Essence masternodes. And I asked every one of you, I said, are you sure that you want to set up an Essence masternode? So basically, guys, I wanted to explain, and I put a post out. It was not an endorsement to set up masternodes for that particular coin. It's probably a shit coin. The price has dropped like, I don't know, 80% in the last several days. It was not a recommendation for that coin. If you want to look at coins to get into and set up masternodes, just go to masternodes.online and do your own research. That's masternodes, plural, with an S.online. If you go to masternode.online, you're going to get a Russian site that has, like, I don't know, nothing to do with masternodes. I don't know what it is. Masternodes, plural, .online, and you can actually do your own research to come up with coins you'd like to open masternodes in. But in no way, shape, or form was I endorsing Essence. It's like, it's a shit project, okay? That was just an example for how to set up a masternode, you know, for educational purposes, all right? Like, I don't know, don't do it, right? Do something that you believe in, that you think is a good project, or whatever. But yeah, it wasn't an endorsement for a coin. So anyway, guys, yeah, Bitcoin, where it's at. I think we'll flip over and do a little analysis and see where we're sitting. The other one I'm going to take a look at is gold. I'm pretty bullish on gold at the moment. So what's going on here? Ann, Tim, Allison, Giovanni, crypto enthusiast. I don't know. At least use one of your real names, please. I'm gonna ban you. Gafar, thanks for joining, guys. Allison, yes, it is. It's an awesome background. I love it. It's like, this is my favorite background that I have. It's just, it suits everything. Actually, I can see my. I think it's down on this side. I can see the edge of my clamp there that I have holding back my green screen. So it's kind of bugging me right now. But anyway, whatever. Not a big deal. Oh, see, now I just screwed up the other side. See how that goes. Anyway, not a big deal. We'll just carry on. I could just crop down my camera a little bit and it should work, but whatever. I don't know. Those kinds of things just drive me nuts. I start getting OCD about that, I guess. Okay. Looks all right now. Yeah, I love this background. It's my favorite background. It definitely suits what I do. It suits the topic of my videos most of the time. But anyway, enough chit-chat. I think if you give me just 1 second here, I'm going to open up a screen share. And we'll zoom out our charts and just kind of see what we see. I haven't really been doing any high frequency trading at the moment, simply because I've been preoccupied with other things. So, should be screen share. Very, very, very good. Okay, that's an hourly chart. Let's go out to the daily. All right, so this is sort of the pattern I'm watching. Excuse me. Sort of the pattern that I'm watching right now. I don't know, can you guys see this line okay? If you're watching on a small screen, you probably can't see these lines, but let me fatten those up a little bit just so you can see them. Okay, so this is sort of the pattern I'm watching. We're just in this triangle pattern, if you want to call it that. Basically, we're in a sideways movement right now. It's a pattern of consolidation and accumulation, okay? And we're just going sideways. Now, there's a possibility of breaking out of this pattern, either to the upside or to the downside, with no real guarantee of which way it's going to go. As for myself, what I am most interested in is this support line, okay? Very, very interested in 1 bounce, 2 bounce, okay? The 3rd bounce is extreme. Whoops, I don't know why this isn't working right. And my chart's being goofy. So the 3rd bounce is extremely likely, and so far it looks like it's taking place. I mean, we would have to let this go a couple of days in order to really, really know for sure, right? But a buying support is always your best bet, and right in here, this is what I've been saying. If you've been in the Coin Trade Mastery Discord channel, I've been saying basically 6,900 is what I'm looking at as support, because that's where this red line is. If you allow a little bit of margin of error to that, we actually bottomed at, what do I have? 7,040. Okay, so I'm within $140 of the support that I called. You know, you got to allow a little bit of margin of error, especially on the higher time frames. You can go away. So anyway, 7,040, that's a pretty good low for support, okay? And also you have that even 1,000, that's just right below that, as you know, psychological bears. 6,900 would have been my trend line support, and that's what I'm looking at, okay? So given that, and now if we start moving to the upside, I'm just looking at this top again. We have 1, 2 bounce, probably going to get a 3rd bounce. Okay, I really don't think it's going to break to the upside of this pattern right now, and I'll explain why in a second. But if we're just going to play this pattern and play the bounce to the top, we're probably going to end up somewhere between, let's say, 86 and 89. If we get to 9,000, I think we went up too steep. I don't think we're going up that steep. Probably around 8,600 or so, I think we would estimate, okay? And the reason for that, okay, is that I don't think we're going straight up. I don't think we're going out sideways like this. If we just have you know, a gentle slope, something in this direction, okay, that intersects at right there is 8730. Okay, so 8600, 8700, 8500, something in that area makes sense to me, okay? Now the other thing too, we could break up, okay? All right, we could break down afterward, okay? We could break down right now. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, it could very happen. What I think is most likely right now, okay, these patterns, this particular pattern. My freaking keyboard. I don't know what is going on with this. It's just like I got fresh batteries. It's just not registering my keystrokes. So I got to do everything with the mouse. Bear with me. So what I think is most likely to happen with this particular pattern is this triangle is just going to keep getting extended, all right? It's going to keep going. We're going to go so far, and then it's probably just going to keep going sideways. I really don't see any real need or any real reason for why we should break out. Okay, you look at volume. Volume is still decreasing. There's no buyers coming in yet. We need volume. Okay, if this was going to be a bounce here that was going to cause a breakout, then we should be seeing a lot of volume coming in to tell us that yes, this is the price point where we're going to start investing again. But if we don't have volume coming in, people are scared. There's nobody that wants to put their money up against this price point. Okay, so we're going to either continue going sideways to consolidate, or we're going to eventually break down. Okay, keep that in mind. So we have decreasing volume. A breakdown is quite possible. Okay, RSI, but the reason that I'm looking at a bounce right here, possible bounce right here, heading back to, 8,600, 8,800, something like that. Okay, we have very low RSI. Okay, on the daily, it's hard to drive RSI right all the way down into the absolute bottom. Okay, the lowest RSI we had was when we bottomed at like 6K or whatever this was. 6,000 evens where we bottomed, and that's where we ended up with the lowest RSI we've seen. The lowest RSI we've seen since August of 2015. Okay, so keep that in mind. But right where it is, we did just slap that oversold area. Okay, we just slapped that oversold area, and we're near this trend line. Okay, so that tells me we're probably bouncing up, and we're probably going to follow through and come back to the top of this trend line. So it's not a really huge pump, but it's a good time to be playing along, not short. Okay, so that's something I'm looking at there. MACD, I'm looking at. We're starting the curl. It really doesn't tell me much. I see we're down ticking here, and we should cross over to start up ticking. So that's okay. It really doesn't tell us much yet. It's just we just kind of need to anticipate the fact that, anticipate it curling up somewhat, and probably if you look at MACD, you could probably draw a line right here. Whoops, what? Do not ask me why my keyboard is so delayed. Okay, so if you draw a line there on MACD, okay, MACD, unless we're going to break out, MACD is probably only going to get up about this high, up to this range, and then curl back down again. Otherwise, we're going to have to break out of this pattern, okay? So that's what I'm looking at. I think it'll probably happen. Something that's interesting, okay, that I was talking about in my channel the other day, okay, I have this other indicator. There goes my keyboard again. I'm probably going to have to move my receiver. It's probably my receiver. Okay, so this indicator down here in the yellow, it's using Bitfinex, the long-short ratio. So this is the ratio of long margin orders to short margin orders on Bitfinex at any given time. Okay, so of course in all this volatility, we had a lot of volatility in the long-short ratios because there's a lot of longs and shorts being just wrecked and liquidated in this period of volatility. Quite normal. Okay, but now since we've been in this consolidation period within this triangle, okay, what we see happening here is we reached a bottom right in here, okay, and we see that our long-short ratio in this bottom began doing something else. Now we've been slowly accumulating long orders, okay. If you read this with me, okay. So the way these numbers work on the side, if the number is 1, okay, that's a 1-to-1 ratio. So there's exactly 1 long order for every 1 short order that's out there, okay? What we have right now is about 1.6 to 1. So there's 1.6 long orders out there to every 1 short order, okay? And it's kind of important. But here's kind of what I'm looking at with this indicator and what I sort of believe may be true. Okay, we have an increase going on here. If I turn auto off, I can get it out. I can't move this chart. That sucks. Because the problem is I can't draw behind these buttons. And I turned auto off. I was hoping I could drag this chart, but I guess I can't. So I guess I'm going to have to draw over to the side. One of the flaws of TradingView, I guess. Okay, so anyway, we're channeling up on this long-short ratio, okay? Just keep that in mind. Now I'm going to get out of here. Okay, so we're channeling up. I know when I zoom out, it's hard to tell, but we're channeling in an upward direction in a very slow and steady upward direction, okay? So that could mean one of two things. Either, which is what I think is true. Actually, they could both turn out true. They could both turn out very true, okay? However, we're trending up on our long-short ratio while we are in a consolidation pattern, okay? Which sort of confirms that the larger players okay, are accumulating long positions right now. Okay, they are accumulating. They are gathering longs right now. Every time it comes down, they're going to take a little bit more. And then they're going to take a little bit more on the next bottom. They're going to take a little bit more on the next bottom, okay? And then when we do get a breakout to the top, then they will sell, all right? So it's just a confirmation of accumulation. There's people out there with a lot of money that are accumulating long positions. They're buying Bitcoin right now and accumulating, putting it away. And these are people who have enough money that they don't care if it takes 6 months or a year. They have enough money and they have enough time that they can wait that long to get their money out, okay? But when it gets up, because all the plebs are going to come in, now the plebs, like you and me, are going to open up long orders, okay? And if you don't get out when this pattern freaking comes to an end, these guys are going to sell just enough to turn the market around the other way and liquidate all of you people who don't have enough time and don't have enough money to hold on for 6 months or a year to get that big spike, right? So it's kind of textbook whale play at the moment, okay? But it is a good sign. This is a good sign that accumulation is taking place, which is a good sign that this price range in the 65 to 7,000 range really is not a bad area to be scaling into orders. Do I think we can drop out of this pattern and go lower? Yes, but that's why I say scale in, all right? So if you have $10,000 that you play with, and that's your entire trading budget, okay, in this 7,000 range, it doesn't hurt to pick up $2,000 or $3,000 or maybe $4,000 worth of Bitcoin, okay? Because a bounce is likely. You can sell some off at the top, recover some money, wait for it to come down, buy some more kind of thing, right? But if we do start dropping out, okay, I see another bottom at 6,000, quite possible, okay? I do see the possibility of ending up down in the 5,000 range, okay? That is still on the table. But if you only bought a little bit of Bitcoin now and it went down to 5,000 bucks, you have money and you can buy more Bitcoin, and then when it bounces, you have a great average entry price, which is called dollar cost averaging, which is why we scale into orders so that we can dollar cost average. And then you have a nice average entry price that as soon as it bounces, it'll go up. You can make a whole bunch of money. And it's the exact same tactics as the whales play. You just got to portion your money in smaller pieces, okay? So very, very important you do that. But this is kind of what I'm seeing as far as patterns, what we're doing. We're in an accumulation, okay? We did our last bounce, bearish bounce was on this 200 MA, which is a rather bearish sign. I don't really like that, which is, an indicator that we could probably drop out of this pattern and go to the downside. So keep that in mind, guys. It's not, we're not in this bull market yet. We're only just going into the third quarter right now. And we're not seeing volume yet. So I wouldn't get your hopes up for a third quarter bull run yet, guys. I don't really think it's time, all right? But you got a lot of people out there on Facebook. I'm seeing a lot of you guys. You guys are bulltards, okay? And it's just like, oh, Bitcoin's going up. Everybody's got to buy Bitcoin. It'll go up. Everybody's going to say buy, 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 and then it's going to go to 5,000. So I'm not saying buy, buy, buy. I'm saying buy and play the bounce, okay? But I'm not saying to buy once we get, north of 8,000 or north of 9,000. I don't know, guys. I think there's just too much downside possibility here. Okay, moving down to the 4 hour. Let me get rid of some junk. Okay. 4 hour, we ended up having a little bit of a bounce in there. It was a nice candle. And then the volume just kind of disappeared. We got no volume. And like the volume didn't drop off for one candle or two candles. The volume is just kind of like gone. It's not there. So I'm not so hot on this bounce right now. It's kind of really hard to say. I mean, it could still go up. I mean, we did have a bullish divergence here. We have a low price, then we have a lower price, then we have low RSI with a higher RSI, which is a bullish divergence. I don't know, we'll probably just reset this a couple $100, maybe come back down to 73 or 72 and try again. I do think that we're probably going up. We're going to end up back at this upper trend line, I think. I just don't like the way this looks. So I don't know if you want to buy 75 or just kind of wait a little bit and buy it at 72 or 73. I mean, it's a couple of percentage points in your pocket, right? So that's a possibility. If we look at MACD's crossed over. We're getting to the center line. We could just reject here at the center line, which is kind of what I'm saying is probably probably just wait and catch those couple extra percentage points to buy back in for the bounce, because MACD is, I don't know, it doesn't look like it's going to shoot past that center line right now. You'll probably get a second chance to buy. What do we got on the 1 hour? 1 hour is like virtually the same thing. We had a spike, no volume. Really, it's like it's ascending triangle-ish, but it's really not patternable. Sitting at the 200 MA on the hourly though, so it'd be nice if we get over that. 55 EMA is about to cross the 100, so I mean, I don't know, maybe, but it looks like we're stuck right here with this 200 MA. So I think we're just gonna have to wait and just take your second chance to buy in. I think is gonna be the smartest option right now. If not, you miss it. No big deal. Not trading is trading, right? So yeah, I really don't see much else important here. MACD, again, MACD's crossed over. We're on the bearish. We're down ticking on histogram. Doesn't look too good. Longs are dropping off at the moment. So yeah, I think we're going to get a little dip before we try again. Yes, I do think we're going up right now. Yes, I do think we'll go down before we go up. Okay, now on the 15-minute chart, now the 15-minute says, I mean, I don't know, it's not really telling me anything. It's 15-minute tells me we're trending up. But the 15-minute also, like I say, though it tells me we're trending up, we had this huge spike with no continuation volume. There's no continuation volume in here. Very scary, not good. So I see more indicators that we're going to take a dip again before we go up. Okay, but based on pattern, I think we'll end up back at that trend line. MACD basically failing to go up, crossing back over bearish. RSI is, I don't know, maybe trending up. RSI is trending up. However, we have price action going in an upward direction. Keep this in mind too. We have a bearish divergence here, okay? We have right here, we have price action increasing. Down here, we have price action, or sorry, we have our, I'm going to throw this mouse and keyboard in a minute. Pardon my frustrations. Okay, so we have price action increasing up here, and down here on RSI, we have RSI decreasing, which is a bearish divergence. So that's a fairly strong indicator that we should take a dip down again before we take a dip up. Okay, that just kind of confirms what I'm thinking with the whole volume, the volume profile right now. Okay, so I'm interested in that. Actually, there's another volume profile indicator that I'm going to be exploring later on today or tomorrow as well. We'll be looking at very soon. There was a request for me to do a video on MACD, so I will be doing that. It's actually fairly simple. The short story is that when your blue line's above my orange line, okay, so the fast line's above the slow line, basically it's just like a moving average. When your fast line's above the slow line, it's bullish. When your fast line's below the slow line, it's bearish. And basically this histogram, or all these green bars, is just a historical record of whether these lines are going up or down. Basically, that's how it works. But yeah, I'll do a video on that, guys. I know I have a request for that. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's about it for price action on there. Let me just, I'm going to flip over and check for questions. Maybe we'll chit-chat a little bit. And then I'm actually going to take a look at gold, because that's kind of where my interest is right now, a little bit more than Bitcoin at the moment. Oops, wrong button. Wrong button. Okay, we're still working. Okay. All right, who do we got here? Robbie, Karen, PJ, Sabello. I don't if that's how you pronounce your name. Leon, Franklin, Moi Losa. All right. Thanks for joining, guys. I don't see any questions. If anybody has any questions, just drop them there. Nothing on YouTube's. 2 viewers. Thanks for watching, guys. Okay. All right. Let's take a look. Let me go back to screen share. Let's take a look at gold, because I'm interested in gold. I'll show you guys why. Shit, I should have bought this before I started my video. Give me a second, guys. Should I buy it now? Scary. I don't know. I'll just wait. Okay. It's dangerous to buy it, because then I won't look and then it'll plummet. Okay. Moving on to the daily. Screen share. All right. Okay. Back to screen share. Okay. So this is gold daily chart. Let me squeeze down some of this. Okay. Gold daily chart. So we're on the daily. Okay, and actually, hang on. Let me go to a weekly. Let's zoom out. Weekly chart. Okay, here's where we're at the moment. There's two things that can happen with this pattern. I'm fairly bullish on gold. A lot of that has to do with fundamental reasons, just basically economic conditions. Anytime people get pissed off with the president, they buy gold. Okay, so a lot of people are pissed off with the president. A lot of people are going to buy gold. Okay, that's sort of the short version of fundamentally why I'm bullish on gold. Technically, I'm bullish on gold because we're trending up on this, on or about on this trend line with some blow through. The trend line looks a lot better on the daily. Just take my word for it. On the weekly, it doesn't look right. Just take my word for it. It's just when you switch from one time frame to another, sometimes what happens is your lines get slightly moved one direction or the other because it has to snap to the nearest valid point on this chart. So you got to figure that basically when you go from the daily chart to the weekly chart, it has to take 7 days data, compress it into 1 day, and make one candle out of it. So it throws off the lines, but it's charted on the daily. Just take my word for it that it's going to work, okay? So we're in an ascending triangle pattern, all right? But we do have a bearish entry direction, which on ascending triangle, it's very much a bilateral pattern. Okay, it can go up, it can go down. Keep that in mind, all right? But we have a lot of bounces here, okay, on the lower line with a flat top. So we're definitely ascending triangle, and we're getting to the end of this triangle. We could very much break out to the bottom right now. But it's not a horrible spot to enter and test to try and get a breakout to the top, all right? So we got a top here. So I got my flat top drawn here to about 1370. I think it's quite possible to break out of that to 14 and beyond. I'm looking at 15 to 16 that we could end up at on gold sometime maybe by the end of this year or into the beginning of next year. I think is very much possible with gold, all right? And if I'm not mistaken, quite a few of the big name investors are kind of saying the same thing as I am. I don't know. I really don't watch TV, and I really don't follow other people's analyses. But I heard a couple of guys like Soros and that are pretty bullish on gold right now. So if that means anything to you, if they say it's bullish, that's marketing. Plebs are going to join in eventually. They should help drive up the price. Get in early. I like the idea. Now with this ascending triangle coming in from the bearish direction, there's also a possibility that we break down out of here to the bearish direction. But if we break down out of here to the bearish direction, that's going to put us down at like $1,000 or sub 1,000 to break out of here and actually take a measured move in the downward direction, okay? And I don't know, like to me it feels too low, and I don't think the economic conditions are going to support gold, are going to support or be able to push gold down sub 1,000. I don't really see that happening again right now, or again in the next little bit anyway. So yeah, I'm just kind of playing this pattern. If I go out, you'll see kind of my lines do make a lot more sense on the daily chart. So you see I go out to the daily and it puts my line to the right spot. So we have a whole bunch of bounces here. It tells us that this trend line is very, very firm. With just one blow through here, you're going to get blow through. These are legacy markets with a lot of volume, right? So it's very, very common to have blow through on your trend lines, you know, blow through on your moving averages, and still actually count them as supports, right? So I did play this bounce from the trend line. I bought it just after the bounce in the trend line up here. I'm actually out of gold at the moment, and I'm just kind of trying to plan entries on lower time frames. But RSI could go down again. We could go down again. We could get some blow through and consider that a bounce on the trend line and go up. But RSI is on the uptick right now, so that's pretty good. MACD did cross over and is going bullish, so that is good. Hopefully that continues. I'll be very, very happy if that continues because I intend on trading gold to the bullish direction. As far as the pattern right here, really none. See if we can break out of something like this though. So we're downtrend like this. So I'm looking for a break there. Yeah, so I'm looking for a break out of this to really confirm that this is the bounce and that we're going to end up back at the top. Hopefully get back to 1370. Hopefully break out. If not, that's a hell of a game. And guys, you got to figure, I'm buying gold and I'm playing 50x leverage, so I'm leveraging any trade I make 50 times. So if I put up $1,000, I'm actually trading $50,000 worth of gold. So if I bought in and it shot right to 1370, I'm like Lambo. All right, so yeah, so I'm just kind of looking for this to break out of here to kind of confirm that. Hopefully we don't get stuck on this 200 MA. But there's definitely potential in here. There's definitely potential. All right. If you go to a smaller time frame, that's actually going to work out to be a trend line. Let's zoom down. Even I'm just going to go to the hourly. So on the hourly, we are uptrend right about there. Okay. So on the hourly, I'm looking for this. Oh, okay. All right. Sorry, I didn't know what this line was for a second. This line is from my daily. That's my daily support. So if I zoom in, again, when you zoom in, it throws off your lines. So how about I'm going to change this one to yellow, just so you don't get confused. Okay. So this yellow line is from a longer time frame. I just don't want to delete it. These two red lines are the shorter time frames, which actually make a lot more sense to us. So what I'm looking for right now, in order to confirm that this was the bounce off of this line on the other time frame. I know, confusing, just bear with me. All right, I'm just looking for it to break out above this sort of downtrend line from our hourly chart here. I think is what we need to do. I mean, even I'm not going to buy this right now. I'm just going to wait. I think. What's our lower time frame say? Yeah, I'm going to wait. See, okay, here's what I got. Okay, if you look at these patterns, all right. Look at these patterns. We just have a repeated pattern. Look at this. Okay. Look at this. Okay. All right. I'm buying in down here. That's what I'm waiting for. We'll look for it to come down below 1300 again, maybe 1299, and I'll look for a buy down there. And because I'm playing with such high leverage, it's very, very important that I pick very, very good entries. If I buy right now, and it drops down to freaking 12.98, I'm down like 20% of my money. So it's like not cool, guys. Not cool. So anyway, what I see here is a bit of a repeating pattern. It's going to come up, it's going to spike, it's going to dildo, it's going to wick, it's going to come down. I'm going to buy the retrace somewhere down here. I don't think it's coming back down below this trend line. I think it's a good chance that this is the bounce area. Now, mind you, for breakout, this line should actually be somewhere down here. So I'm looking for something like that to break out in order to confirm. So yeah, I think we're probably going to get a spike to this line. We're going to come back down, buy it again. Just play the pattern. Maybe I'll just short right there too. Fuck it. We'll see. I got some decision making to do here, guys. As far as my specific entries in that, major decision making. You see what I mean? Every time I change time frames, it changes a little bit. That could be to do with being legacy market as well. This market has downtime, so there's parts of the chart that are actually missing. Okay. So yeah, I see this as a repeated pattern of this, or this, and we should come back down. So it's too late to buy as far as I'm concerned. Missed the bounce. The bounce was when I was sleeping, so I missed it. I'm out. Wait for the next shot. Wait for the top and short it, or wait for the bottom and long it, but I'm out at the moment. Okay, guys, so I'm going to switch back to camera here. If you guys got any questions or anything you want to talk about, anything you'd like help with, shoot me some questions down here in the comments. Jeff, Andy, thanks for joining, guys. You basically, if you're joining now, you missed everything. You'll have to catch the replay. All right, I don't see any questions coming in, guys, but I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to come up with any questions if you guys have questions while I take a look at this guy's chart. Oh, he's marking the same resistance as I am. Okay, cool. One of the guys I follow in my trading circle, he's basically saying what I am. So that's good. That's fine. It's nice when people agree with you. At least if you're right, it's nice when people agree with you. When everybody agrees with you and you're wrong, the whole market gets wrecked. All right, well, I don't see any questions coming in, so you know what that means. If you guys don't talk, I don't talk. It's the end of the video. So, basically, guys, not trading is trading. Remember that. Have some patience. Pick your entry points accordingly. Scale into your orders. Don't just go full account. Scale in. Be smart about it, because you're going to be wrong a lot of the time. The market's going to go the opposite way of what you think it is, and you need more money to bail yourself out, or you lose money. Okay, so not trading is trading. Stay smart, guys. Don't just do what random people on YouTube say. Don't just do what I say, okay? Because I'm wrong a lot of the time too. What you should be doing, getting yourself an account at TradingView, learning how to draw charts. If you don't know how to draw charts, cointrademastery.com, above my head, make an account, buy the course, learn how to trade. I teach all kinds of technical analysis. Basically, all the skills that I use on a daily basis is what I teach on the website, with some more content that I need to get on and publish as well. However, it's a lifetime membership, guys. You don't, there's no ongoing fees. In order to, you know, maintain access to the course, you get everything. You get all future updates anyway. So if you'd like to learn more about technical analysis, you want to learn how I analyze charts, how I make decisions, why I decide to enter where I do, why I decide to exit where I do, all that information is in the course. Same with all the indicators that I do. I explain all the indicators right down to like a level where anybody can understand it. You know, I try to explain things as detailed as possible. I know sometimes it makes my videos a little bit long, but you do get a very good understanding of how the indicator works, not just how to look at it and make a decision, but why does the indicator work this way? And I think it's very important to know how it works in order to actually ever, you know, understand it. If you don't know how it works, you're never gonna know, right? So I apologize, sometimes my videos are long, but they're very detailed and helpful. I get a lot of good comments, a lot of compliments about it. So if you're interested, cointrademastery.com, grab an account. If you're watching on Facebook and you're tired of watching in 720p, just go to youtube.com/c/JesseCrypto. I would absolutely appreciate a subscription to my channel, okay, and shoot a like on my video. Whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, shoot a like on my video. Of course, if you're on YouTube and you hate me, feel free to hit that button. Don't care. It's any publicity is good publicity, pardon my words. Yeah, but I absolutely appreciate the sub. I'd like to build up my YouTube channel slowly over time. Yeah, guys, so until then, Jeff, thanks for the compliment. He says CTM course rocks. Yeah, Jeff is doing all right. He often has some questions about things, and one of my guys that have extremely intelligent questions in the market as well. So you can definitely tell when people inbox you and they ask you a question, okay? You can judge the question by level of intelligence, right, basically, and it gives you an idea of, I'm not saying how smart this person is, but how applied they are to learning this sort of thing, you know, and also it's also actually measuring myself as a teacher, because if I'm a bad teacher, you're obviously not going to be able to ask the right questions, to be able to get the right help, to be able to get the right education, to be able to get the right knowledge, right? So because I'm getting a lot of very, very intelligent and very good questions from a lot of the people that have been through my course, I know that my course is effective. It's doing things. It's putting people on the right path. It's not a holy grail to getting rich, but it's definitely setting you on the right path so you can make intelligent decisions and ask the right questions so that you can get further education, whether from me, my course, other people in the group, or from your own Google searching or whatever. At least you have a direction and you know what to look for, and you'll be able to tell when somebody's lying to you as well. So very, very important, guys, to get some kind of education and not just trade wildly in the markets. Like, be smart, okay? Anyway, guys, until next time, stay safe, trade safe, stay profitable, and we'll see you on the next video. Ciao for now.